Red Hood and the Outlaws #14. Scott Lobdell writing, Joe Bennett on the art, and go on, Connor.
So, start of a new arc. This is Bizarro Reborn. Look at that. They were topical.
Right, only 14 issues late, but I go.
Oh boy. Oh boy. They've ruined Bizarro, the one thing I like. So Bizarro's a genius now. Like this issue opens with Jason and Artemis on jetpacks, going, "Oh hey, Bizarro designed us jetpacks now and a teleporter device."
So cool. He's like Beast from X-Men? Is that what it's basically like? That?
Yeah, yes, that's exactly what he's like.
Hank McCoy?
Yeah, yeah. No, you're right. That's exactly it. He's got that exact same demeanor. But obviously, that it's not supposed to be because it's Bizarro. But yeah, they're off fighting Professor Pig.
Oh, I like Professor Pig. Okay.
That's cool. Yeah, a very strange meta joke. I think that didn't really land. You know, Pig's like, oh, you know, who even are you? And you know, he's like, oh, you've never met Red Hood? And it's like, in continuity? No. I'm like, ugh, really? Yeah, I mean, even Matt won't appreciate that continuity joke.
Nope. Bob Dell doesn't tell jokes. He just throws stuff out there he thinks are funny, but nobody else does.
In comics,
I've seen him do it in person. Well, no, I've seen him do it in person, and that's where Greg Capullo threatened to choke him. It was great.
Bizarro has created a big floating ship in the sky that's got their new Batcave.
It's not really a cave if it's floating in the sky.
No, I know. It's invisible. It's got like some refractive technology, so people can't see it.
More of a Bat Zephyr, if anything.
Yeah. It's the size of a city block. And they went, when did you build this? And he goes, oh, this morning when you guys were out, I needed the time when you weren't a distraction. Right, okay.
I would only accept that if the Flash was speaking.
He has super speed, right?
Okay, sure. No. Okay, fair enough. Okay, he has not Flash super speed, but he has super speed. Okay, sure.
Yeah. But
how did he pay for the materials?
That's a good question.
It's a lot of material. It's a whole city block, you know?
No, that's a very good question, and the technology is like insane. He has this big projection of himself that's looking over things when he's not in the room. You know, he's got like all these, you know, the typical Batcave stuff, a room full of Batmobiles, tanks, cars, bikes, you know, all the usual.
Aye, because you want to drive those off the Zephyr when you're in the sky.
Yes, yeah, and they keep pointing out how there's this one door, like, because all this is like, you know, it's super high tech looking, but there's an actual, just like an old wooden door in every room, and they're like, what the hell's that? And it's a doorway to everywhere. It's a quantum translocationalism, is what he calls it. And he opens it, and they're in the Batcave. And then they go through it again, and they're in the fortress.
I don't know why Matt looks more depressed during these Red Hood segments than Connor does, but he does.
I hate having to hear about it.
Do you know what? The way they show it looks like, you know, the way they treat the Tower of Fate.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Sure.
It looks similar to that. Is the effect. And Bizarro's just created this morning.
I feel like the appeal to me for a Red Hood and the Outlaws book, you know, assuming I liked Red Hood, would be this scrappy little trinity who get into scrapes. So, you know, this little team, I feel like giving them all this power, like the Justice League with their own boom tube system, like with these doors and all this high tech stuff. I feel like that's against the idea of Red Hood and his team.
Yeah.
Not just me.
So I read enough of them in the New 52, and so at first it was super rough because it was Jason and I didn't care, and they were doing stuff with Arsenal, but they got to this Starfire arc where they reconciled her origin, and she ended up taking over a ship, and they got access.
I remember that, yeah.
To Starfire's ship, so they had all access to her. So I understand that, but making Bizarro a genius, it goes against that scrappy ragtag, like Pete was saying.
Yeah.
When it was Starfire's ship, because she was, you know, Tamaranian royalty, and, you know, all the crew of the ship pledged to her, that all made sense to her. And that was the same writer. That's what I don't understand.
Yeah, the
You know?
one positive I can take out of this, because I haven't even got Dexter Soy on art. I mean, Ted Bennett's fine, but it's nothing that actually like, oh, that's really nice to look
It's
at.
not rescuing the book maybe as much as it normally would.
It's not. The one thing I have to be glad about is this isn't lasting, clearly, but they actually make that clear at the end of the issue, where Bizarro sits down in front of his big giant green screen, and he looks into it, and there's another, there's another Bizarro in there, and it's not a reflection because he's in civvies. I say he's in civvies. He's in shorts and a top.
Is it the Mirror Universe Bizarro?
He's in Crocs. It's weird. Bizarro is wearing Crocs.
Oh God.
Yeah, this is the genius one. You'd think the genius one would avoid Crocs, but he sits down, he looks into it, and it's still acting like a reflection, but this version is in the Bizarro Superman suit, and it speaks back in Bizarro speak and says, it says, "Oh, you know this, I'm not forever, right?" And he goes, "Yeah, I know." So it's like, okay, at least it's gonna be over and done within an arc, and we can get back to maybe the Bizarro that I actually like. I feel like they're going to take this as an excuse to have some sort of character growth, or whatever Lobdell decides counts as growth. Yeah. But it'll be like, whatever Bizarro we get back won't be the same one that we had before. It'll be this different version that'll be still shit.
Yeah, it'll be classic Bizarro, but he'll have had some progression, so he can do something he couldn't do before, or something.
Yeah. But they're going to ruin it. I know he is.
I wouldn't be opposed though if they do this kind of thing where he still speaks like Bizarro, he acts like Bizarro, but every so often he'll just know an extremely hard answer to something. Like he can do like quantum math really easily.
I just want to point out an error in the art here at the end. I said, he's wearing a top, and then he's got and his shorts. Mm-hmm. In the panels before, he's got like a long a jacket on, and he's clearly got no top on underneath it. He's just got shirts and this jacket. He's walking around his base, and fine in his Crocs that are clearly green. And then he goes on the next page, the big full page one where he has this reflection. He's clearly got a white shirt on underneath the thing, some sort of little like a tank top maybe or something underneath it, and then the Crocs are blue. I don't know what's going on there. Some discrepancies that Bennett has to answer for.